And welcome to Thursday, the 11th of February's Phonics for Year 2 for Grasshoppers and Dragonfly classes. So the first thing we're going to do today is just have a look at the words we've been learning this week. So let's have a practice at reading them. Are you ready? Coming, thing, looking, and something. Now your challenge is, can you write and spell these words correctly? Perhaps get someone to read them out to you and see if you can write them down. The look, cover, write approach is a really good one for this. So what you could actually do is you could write the words down in a list. You can cover them up with your hand and then you try and write them next to it and then see if you got them correct. So maybe pause the video at this point or have a little practice at doing the look, cover, write. And some ways, again, that you may remember these is obviously breaking them into syllables, finding their root words and their suffix, looking at spelling patterns, and also trying to remember them in a sentence. So we have been looking at adding the ing suffix to words, and today we are going to be looking at words that end in a Y. So yesterday was words that end in an X, today is Y. And sometimes that Y can make the E sound, or it can make the I sound at the end of a word. So we're going to have a look at some of those words right now. Well, what happens is the word stays the same when we add ing. The root word does not change. So for instance, we've got here the word try, becomes trying. We've got supply, becomes supplying. Carry becomes carrying. Do you think you could find any more examples of these yourself? So here in the word try and supply, it makes the I sound, and carry there makes the E sound. And each time, as you can see, all we've done is add the ing to the word. We haven't changed it like we did with adding the ed suffix. So we're going to see if we can practice turning the following verbs into the past continuous using the rules learned today. So we've got the word pry, hurry, cry, study, apply. And we're going to see if we can turn these into words by adding ing at the end. Sorry for that one popping up there. That was a bit of a clue. Did that on purpose, really. So perhaps write those down, okay? Pause the video and write those words down and then write down what you think is going to happen to them when we add ing. Okay, let's have a little look. Pry is going to become prying. Hurry is going to become hurrying. Cry is going to become crying. Study is going to become studying. And apply is going to become applying. Each one, the Y stays in the word and we just add ing. Hopefully you got all those correct, and I'm sure you did. So we're going to have a look at writing a sentence again today. And what we need to remember are our capital letters, our finger spaces, and our end punctuation. So I'm going to keep the sentence covered up, and I'm then going to read the sentence to you, and we're going to have a little practice at writing it down. So please get yourself your pen and paper ready. So the whole sentence goes, he was hurrying into town to get a birthday cake. He was hurrying into town to get a birthday cake. So let's slow this down and write it bit by bit together. So our first word is he. And of course, it's the first word in a sentence, so it starts with a. That's it, capital letter, well done. He. Then we've got was. He was. Then we've got one of our words that end in a Y today. Hurrying. Hurrying. He was hurrying. Ends in a Y, we just add ing. He was hurrying. Then we've got into. Into. He was hurrying into. Then we have town. Town. He was hurrying into town. 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 He was hurrying into town. We then got to get. To get. To get. Nice easy words to write there. Then we've got a more tricky word coming up. And then we've got the word a first. So we've got to get a. To get a. He was hurrying into town to get a. Then this is one of our polysyllabic words we looked at. I think it was last week. Birthday. Birthday. Can you see if you can try and write that? birthday, birthday. He was hurrying into town to get a birthday. Then we've got cake, ache. Remembering that's our split digraph, ache, cake. And we are going to end that with what punctuation do you think? Yes, I think it's going to be a full stop. Okay, I'm going to read that a couple more times just to see if we've got all those words correct. He was hurrying into town to get a birthday cake. He was hurrying into town to get a birthday cake. Let's reveal it and see what it looks like. Okay, that's what it looks like. See if you can compare that to your sentence. Did you get words correct? And did you remember your capital letters, full stop, and your finger spaces? I'm sure you did. Well done, everyone, for trying there. Now, we're going to see if we can write our own sentences using the following words. We've got the word annoying, playing, buying. Okay, now, oh, I'll bring that back up on the screen. Sorry. What I'd like you to do is see if you can pick each one of those words and write them into your own sentence. So you might want to have a practice at saying a word out loud, out loud first. Like, oh, my brother is so annoying. And put that in a sentence. Now, that wouldn't just end in a full stop, would it? That would probably use an exclamation mark. You could say, I was playing in the park. I enjoy buying sweets from the shop. You could put any sentence you like together using those three words. Maybe some really clever ones of you out there might want to put more than one of those words together into a sentence. I look forward to seeing what you guys do. So that's the end of today's session. Thank you ever so much for listening. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you again tomorrow. Goodbye.